It goes from like this way to there to there.
Okay.
Rolling?
Yeah. Yeah, we're rolling now, but y'all can start whenever, because I'll edit it out.
Okay, hello neighbors. That's what Michelle wrote for me to say. Michelle, you did a great job. We're talking about Michelle Owens, the executive director of Main Street. Very important job. Thanks for doing this. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jerry from Q105.3. The fellow over here is Shawn. He's our city manager of Tybee Island, Georgia. A former Iowa Hawkeye, but now a big-time Georgia Bulldog fan.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
My favorite SEC team.
Favorite SEC. Still likes the Hawkeyes, but loves the Bulldogs. So we're here for the Hot Wing Challenge. And you know, it's not like it's hot enough, right? You want to make it hot. Now what we're going to do, you're going to eat 24 chicken wings. Let me see.
It's child's play, Jerry.
Let me check it out. Let me check my math. 12, 2, that's 48 or something.
Well, it's I think
24.
they're full wings.
Full wings.
So I think that does equal 48, but we're not going
40. Hey.
We'll try to get. We'll try to calm it
48,
down.
and we got a very worthy cause. Sean, tell us about the cause we're eating the chicken wings.
Well, what we're asking for is so what the point is that we're going to go through progressively hotter hot sauce here from Inferno. Hot
Brian's
sauce
got us hooked up with that.
Brian hooked us up with
Emporium.
24 different sauces, and they're going to get hotter and hotter and hotter each one. So for every wing I eat, we'd ask you to donate $2 to the Tybee Clean Beach Volunteers. They're the folks that go out and they take the buckets and grabbers out to the beach, and they clean up all the cigarette butts and the garbage that gets left on the beach by folks.
We're going to talk about those cigarettes.
Yes, we are.
In a little while. Now, just in case we have a problem, look who we've got out here. John, can you turn around and get a shot of that? We have the Tybee Island Fire Department here. That's right. It's too hot for Shawn. They're going to take care of business for us. So Brian, you have made this really hot. You're not fooling around. Just because he is the city manager and in charge of everything, you're not lightening up, are you?
No. We're here for tears.
That's right. Tears for fears, like tears for fears. Look at that.
That's right.
That's good. Very good. Okay, let's get started.
So I think we're starting out with the Inferno brand, down and dirty Chipotle, right?
Mm-hmm.
That looks good. So
Man.
we'll get some of that dumped on
I
the.
could do that easily. I'm just not gonna.
All right.
I'm the butter.
So then you're going to ask me some tough questions?
I am
Put me
going
in
to
the hot
ask you.
seat?
Yes, I am.
All right, so let's get going here.
We're going to talk about trash.
Yeah,
First
I'm hungry.
Now, you know, I've seen the beach cleaner than I've ever seen it, I must tell you. And part of it has to do, I think, City Council took a little baby step, and they banned smoking between 14th and 16th Street. You know, and that's helped, because really back in my running days, when I used to run on Monday mornings, it was amazing all the cigarette butts down there, down front. But we banned the smoking, that helps, and hopefully City Council will see, this is a good idea. Let's ban smoking on the entire beach, like many beaches have done. What do you think about that, Shawn?
Well, you know, it's a challenge for the council to do this. No, actually, that one was pretty good. That one was pretty mild, Jerry. That's pretty good.
Okay,
We're starting out well.
Okay.
The smoking ban in that one area has its challenges in the sense that we just renourished the beach, and that beach is huge.
Best renourishment we've ever had.
It's beautiful.
Now, you weren't here. You weren't born when we had the first one. You weren't. It was, I believe, 1971, 79.
I was born, but I was just a toddler.
Nice
at the
try.
time, yeah.
Nice try. But this is absolutely the best. We have this ginormous beach. It's great.
It's really, and the challenge is it's so big.
Yeah.
You know, we're limited on what you can put on the beach. We're going to get to that topic today. So we can't just put posts and signs and leave them out there up and down the beach. No smoking. You got to deal with what we got. But it's so massive, people can walk through that area of the beach and not even realize where they're at and be in the smoking. So our code enforcement's been out there a lot the last month, trying to just educate people, let them know, give them warnings, get out of this area. But that is literally, there's 10,000 people in that one area. and it's hard to see.
So when the officers see somebody smoking, what do?
Right now, they go up to them, they let them know about the situation, and they try to move them out of the area.
Okay.
You know, if they get belligerent, or if they catch them again, they'll write them a citation. So
has that happened?
it has. There's been a couple of citations, mostly warnings in the smoking, because it is such a challenge. You know, it almost might be easier to enforce if it was the entire beach. Because then everybody knows, no matter where you're at on the beach.
It sure would be.
Because one of the challenges, people don't, you know, we say it's between 14th Street and Tybrisa Street. I mean, the average show is like, where the heck is that? Am I there? You know, as you get further out to the beach.
Shawn, you're a multitasker.
Oh, yeah.
As you run the city. So you're eating the wings while we're talking. What are we up to?
Well, we're going to jump on to our next one, which is Local Boy Hot Sauce. I don't know what level this is.
Local Yokos.
This is what the Scoville units on this is or not. So.
Brian, do you make this stuff?
The Local Boy is from the chef at the Pink House in Savannah.
Oh, the Pink House in Savannah made that. But some of the stuff you make right here.
Well, we make it on Albert Victory Drive behind the Whole Foods in his warehouse.
That's your warehouse?
No, it's not mine.
But you make it there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
How's that one, buddy?
Well, we're going to give it a look.
You got a long way to go. Let's not be whipping out early. Come on.
It's got a lot of flavor. We're not even close to getting hot.
No, it's not hot?
Going mild to hot.
Mild? Oh, this is mild.
Okay, now I got to wait for more wings, Jerry.
You're ready when you're ready.
I am ready.
Okay. So trash had been a hot mess. We're doing so much better. So much better. I see more and more people picking up. And we'll talk about the fact that there are no trash cans in parts of the beach. Tell me why we don't have the trash cans.
So, yeah, and that's been a hot topic. There's a few people out there really giving me hell about it. And they're good friends, and I love them.
Yeah.
But they don't hold back when they have something that they're serious about. And I love that about them. They're great. But the issue is this. So between 12th Street and what we call the Eastgate crossover, which is the one you enter there right behind the Sugar Shack.
Yeah.
It comes out in that area. That we call that the Mid-Island area.
Mid-court.
It's basically from the Anchor to 12th
right.
Street. There's
a lot of locals there.
Yeah, a lot of locals, not a ton of visitors, not a ton of people.
Yeah.
So in that area, we were contemplating trying the concept of pack it in, pack it off. So if you take it into the beach, you take it off the beach. Not having trash cans out there, putting them on the street side of the crossovers. Then we can do multiple pickups of the garbage per day, because there's significant challenges with getting onto the beach multiple times a day, and there always has been just because of the people. And what we're seeing is, so when we did let's take a step back. When we did the renourishment, we had to get a permit for everything we put back onto the beach after the renourishment through the DNR. And so we sat down with them and said, what can we do to kind of help you guys achieve your goal of having less things on the beach? So anything on the beach is an obstacle to a turtle. So the turtle nesting is very important. These are endangered species. They're trying to encourage the nesting, and they're finding that structures, posts, trash cans, crossovers, everything is an obstacle to the turtle. So we said, okay, if we did this idea, because there were cities up and down the coast that are trying this concept of taking the cans off the beach and letting people bring their stuff back off the beach. If we tried that in the Mid-Island area, could we have a few more of the Moby mats or a few more of these different types of things on the beach? And so we worked through a negotiation like that and came up with the permit that we have, which meant no trash cans in that area. So what we're seeing is, and we've been flying a drone over the island on Sunday mornings through the season, low and slow in these areas to see what's going on. Where is the garbage? We're not seeing the big visible trash in those areas. I'm sure there's micro litter like cigarette butts, bottle caps, and things like that. But we're not seeing the piles of litter that we're seeing down on the south end, where we actually have trash cans. So then we're seeing, we weigh all the trash we take off the beach and all the trash from the street side that we pick up. And our city crews picked it up. So the garbage levels at those areas have flipped. So what we used to take off the beach and weight is now getting picked up on the street side and wait. So the evidence now tells us that people are taking their stuff off the beach. The video evidence is showing us we're seeing litter where we have trash cans. Now,
So this is working.
it seems to be working. Now, it's counterintuitive to some folks. You know, it's like, well, put the trash cans back on the beach. We can, but that's not going to lead to less garbage. It might lead to more. The other thing that is we can't draw the conclusion that trash cans discourage or encourage littering. It's that what we're seeing is the amount of litter on the beach is a function of the people, not of the number of people, not the number of cans.
We're getting a little behind on the wind. So
Okay.
we're going to talk to Michelle about a couple of things.
Okay.
So you can concentrate. Michelle, okay, I want you to tell us about this new parking deal. The parking decals. What's going on with that? You just announced it yesterday. Tell us.
So the city of Tybee has introduced the new parking pass, and it's a transferable parking pass that costs $300.
What does that mean, transferable?
It can transfer from vehicle to vehicle. So you buy one pass and you can move it around.
Okay, so you don't have to paste it on the vehicle. You can just give it to your neighbor.
Right.
That-
You can
the party-
use it for
that's
other
right.
family members. It's
That
a
is
laminated,
good.
it's a laminated pass, and you can just plop it in the windshield
That's
of your
great.
car. Yes. And so if you have a family of 4 and everyone has a car, it's much cheaper than buying a $150
Bring
pass for
several.
each person. Because as of January 1, that pass will be going up to $200.
Sean Keepy, come on.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
this
worry
one's all
about
right,
us.
man.
We got this going on. Now, Michelle, can we make, we buy one, can we make copies of it? And, give a bunch out?
No, I think you would have a visit from our lovely
We can't
TIPD.
do- What if we had a color printer?
No,
Scanner?
you can only
No.
you can only obtain that pass by going to the parking services window at the city of Tybee, and we are asking that you allow us a 24-hour turnaround time on that.
Now, when you say City of Tybee, where exactly is that?
City Hall at 403 Butler Avenue.
But you guys are not open now, are you?
We are open weekdays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m.
Okay, that's important.
So Monday through Friday.
So
between
is
those
this
hours.
something that people can order online?
No. You have to go to the parking window.
Gotta go right there.
You're right there.
We do ask to see a registration, a vehicle registration
Yeah.
receipt, so we know that your car is registered.
I'm not quite sure. Where is it? I don't even know. It's in City Hall. Where's that parking lot?
So the
haven't
parking
been there in a
window
long
is at the front of City Hall, and right now we have a different procedure for entering the city. You have to enter through the north side entrance, which faces 4th Street. When you get there, there will be a table where you will sign in. You
That's by the
take-
tennis court.
That is by the tennis
There you go.
court, facing 4th Street.
Yeah.
You sign in at the
Yeah.
front desk with your contact information, and you will be instructed where to stand so that everyone is 6 feet apart, and we are asking that you wear a mask inside of City Hall right now.
Okay, Sean, stay here. Sean, what are you up
So
to?
we're up to the cayenne hot sauce. I'm on number 5 right
Number
now.
5. Okay, keep going.
Keep going. So we're gonna try some cayenne.
I want to talk about some upcoming events on Tybee. I know we've had to scale back lots of things, but one of the most anticipated events on Tybee is something we do every December. With the lights on Tybee. What do you think?
So far, we are still proceeding as if we will be able to have our Christmas.
Very good.
But no promises because no one knows the future. We don't have a crystal ball. So.
But we can't cancel Christmas. We can't be doing it.
We will have Christmas
John,
in
right?
some
We can't
form.
cancel.
It may not be the candy cane crush that we had last year, but we will have some Christmas celebration.
We got to do the shops here. That event, that time period is so important to them because so many town people come out here. We want to see.
Yes.
Michelle, we're counting on you.
Okay, that's a lot of pressure,
I
but
know.
we'll see. I'll put it to my matron board.
But you can do it. Tell us real quick. I know you're the executive director of Main Street on Tybee. And for the folks watching on the YouTube, hello, how are you? Tell us what Main Street is. What is that?
Main Street is a national movement that seeks to support local business communities through a four-pronged approach. They approach it through historic preservation and design, making sure that the places that we live look like someplace that we're proud of and that we want to live. We work through organization, which means that we work with local nonprofit organizations and other groups to fulfill our mission of supporting small business on Tybee Island. We also work through promotions, meaning we promote events, host events, do any kind of things to bring attention to what we have to offer here. And then economic vitality or economic restructuring. We try to encourage economic development on Tybee, so attracting businesses, making this an environment where people will want to bring their local business.
That's right. Local's very important. Nonprofits. Unfortunately, these days, a lot of us are nonprofits. But we're going to work to. We're gonna get that going on, right?
Yes, the City of Tybee has been very supportive of small businesses throughout this whole event. You know, we've given out grants to help with rent and utilities. We've given deadline extensions on power bills and business license renewals. We're giving out free masks to businesses. We offered some paid parking for free, you know, to businesses that were doing takeout and pickup only. So the City of Tybee has really gone above and beyond in terms of trying to support the local business.
And I think the restaurants on Tybee, the small businesses, have done a terrific job. The local. By the way, we are the local radio station. Did you know that?
I did know that.
And Jency is there. If you want to advertise with the local radio station, Jency, get on the camera real quick.
We advertise with
them. That's right. That's Jency. Jency Holland, Tybee Island, Q105. Okay, Michelle, thank you. We're going to get you back this night.
Back to Shawn.
Shawn, man, look at you, Shawn. Where are your manners? Look at this. It's an animal. What are you up to?
We did the, starting getting some heat.
Woohoo!
We got the one that I think he named after me, the Drunken Jerk.
That's our city manager.
That one was good. And then we're into pineapple habanero. And that's starting to...
Habanero.
It's starting to feel a little bit there. It's starting to light up. So we got Slap Your Mama coming up next. Which I know I've used the powder of this stuff before. This is really good. So we're going to see how that one goes.
What are you up to, Shawn?
How many wings? Gosh. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, number 8.
So Brian is giving you a different hot sauce for each wing?
That is true.
No, it isn't.
There's 24 hot sauces here. We're going to go through 24 wings. Man.
Look at you.
Well, I told you in my misspent youth of college, we 3 of my offensive line buddies at Iowa, we sat down, we gave 408 buffalo wings at a wing eating contest once.
He ate 104.
I thought I loved wings.
We're putting him in.
Those were the good old days, right?
What we're gonna make this sort of an event we're gonna do often. We're gonna we need to get a challenger.
Yeah.
A challenger for Shawn. We'll do it like Nathan's. Brian, you and your son?
That's not my son. This is Ryan. He works here.
Brian and
He
Ryan?
loves hot sauce. Yes, Ryan.
and Ryan. Look at how that sounded good.
So we're going to try to slap your
Atlanta to
mother.
high school
So,
this week. He needs
slap
these.
your mother?
Yeah.
So one of y'all want to challenge Shawn for the next time we do this?
Sure.
Oh, really?
Sure.
Talk is cheap.
All right.
This guy, look at this guy.
I've seen it. I've
He's
seen
a
it in
Hulk.
action.
He is a Hulk.
He's not afraid to come taste them.
That's right. So
That is good. I mean, these starting to get hot. So these down on the back row are starting to scare me.
No, come on. No excuses. Not interested. You're a Georgia Bulldog now. No excuses. Now, $2 for each hot wing you eat, donated to a very worthy cause. Shawn, can you talk and eat and tell us a little bit about that cause again?
You know, Tybee Clean Beach Volunteers, Tim Arnold and that organization have been wonderful. We have partnered with them in lots of stuff that we do about getting the beach cleaned up. And now these ideas about, you know, pack it in, pack it off that we've done, we partnered with Tim on that. I said, can you people monitor those areas? Tell us what you're seeing. So we got his teams monitoring the different crossover areas. Where are you seeing the most litter?
Yeah.
And again, the story keeps coming back to where we're seeing the most litter, where we see the most people, regardless of where cans are. Now, someone sent a picture in the social media a couple days ago, literally piles of trash.
Those are big hot wings. They're not baby hot wings, by the way. Look at this. Ryan, come on. Look at the guy.
And
Michelle wanted to see him eat.
better keep the drinks coming. They're starting to get a little warm. Yeah, love it. So I'm a connoisseur of hot sauces.
You like it?
I love it. This store is my absolute favorite. So I know these will be stocking stuffers for me every Christmas. That my daughters know where to come to shop for me. So what? Again, it comes down to the basics that Tim's group has been out there every Sunday, and they're cleaning up the place. They've taken a break now. I mean, everybody knows that because of COVID. They're coming back. Tim has assured us of that. But you can go out, you can volunteer, grab a bucket, grab a grabber, get out there and start picking up garbage. And they do, they pick that place clean. And they count every daggone cigarette butt that comes in. So they know there's tens of thousands of cigarette butts that get picked up out there.
Tybee City Council, are you paying attention to this? We're going to ban smoking on the beach. Let's go. Come on. It's working down front. Let's do it on the whole beach. Is it okay if I say that?
I'm not going to say whether or not that's a good policy. It's the council will let us know which way they want to go.
That's right. I hope they do.
We'll talk to them about enforceability. I know they're talking about it. To have even a partial ban of smoking. There's my daughter over there. Everybody wave at Georgia. 2 years ago, if someone would have said to me, "There'll be a partial smoking ban on the beach," I said, "You're crazy."
Yeah.
But times change. Things change, and we know nowadays things change very.
You're right. Tybee is no longer truck stop by the sea. We're different now, right? My sense is, we were talking about this, it would be much easier to enforce a beach-wide smoking ban than just a couple blocks.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be, and I think it might be. So
you're being very political.
Okay. This one is called Sacrifice, Jerry. I know that kind of frightens me a little bit. So
Creed had a song called that. Sacrifice. It's a good song, right?
So what's up next?
Okay, we want to talk about carts.
Golf carts.
Golf carts. Shawn, we got a lot of them here on Tybee Island.
We do.
And, they say rent me. And many residents, I'm not one of these residents who do this, but when they see the rent me thing, they're thinking to themselves, bite me. They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like the fact that sometimes you see 12-year-olds driving them, 2-year-olds hanging out of the back. So what's the answer?
Boy, if I knew that, we would have assaulted already. I know. For example, we ticketed the 15-year-old driving one yesterday. Parents were letting them.
Good.
So this is this is a parental issue when it comes to that.
It is, absolutely.
Because I know you got to be 18 to drive one of those rented carts, according to your lease.
People breaking the
law.
law.
For us, it's 16. For our law, it's 16. But it's not the law. It's they're for insurance purposes, and they rent those. And we talk with Julie, and Julie works with us when we start to do enforcement at the Tybee rental golf cart rental. She has 100 carts. We have over 900 registered golf carts. So where is the problem lie? So we're trying to figure it out. He's like, some of these golf carts say rent me on them, but a lot of them don't. And a lot of them are brought in offset. And one of the issues that we're dealing with is they're supposed to be inspected. So we're going to be moving forward, hopefully by next season, to have annual inspections of these golf carts, because you got to have special features. You got to have lights and turn signals and flashing light on top. And
so Shawn, does the TIPD, do they ticket people? I mean, do they do?
They do when they can catch them. Like yesterday, they caught this person, this teenager driving it, and we're able to issue a citation for that one.
Yeah.
They'll cite him for bad equipment, and every once in a while we'll do a crackdown. We'll just send everybody out. Okay, go crack down on the golf cart violations this week, and that keeps people honest.
Shawn, can I go off script for just a minute? Speaking of cracking down, we have the crosswalks. It's just great. You're trying to cross Butler to get to the beach, but so many people don't seem to realize what those flashing lights mean.
Yeah, so it's...
do we enforce that? Do we ticket drivers?
They do, and I know they've written tickets. They don't do a lot of it because it's, you got to be at there.
You got to be right there.
At the moment. There's 20 some of those crossovers, and they got to, if we have 4 or 5 officers on duty, they're down front, they're at North Beach, they're doing other stuff.
Yeah.
So they can't be, if they're doing traffic, they can maybe be at one of them.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to catch them. Nobody can afford to put an officer at each one. We've looked into technology as far as like red light cameras and things like that. The technology's not quite there yet.
Look how big.
Aren't these awesome?
John, can you get a shot of that?
All right.
Look how big these things are.
So this one, we're at Sriracha hot sauce. This is smoked Vermont maple Sriracha hot sauce. This one,
Oh. Where are the wings coming from?
Those are from Tybee IGA.
Mike
The
Hosty,
Tybee barbecue.
Mike Hosty did that.
I picked those up yesterday from IGA, and they have the best.
Man, they do.
They do.
And he sponsors the Tantone. Look how big they are.
I know, they're awesome. I better go here. Those are fresh out of the smoker. So we're on to, I don't know how you pronounce this name, Dr. Osborne?
What does that mean? Oh, that's
Dr.
funny.
Osborne.
Look at him. City manager being funny. That's funny.
Everybody's a comedian, Jerry.
That's right.
So, yeah, so the golf cart issue, so we're going to be looking at the ordinance itself, changing some things up on multiple, every annual inspections of them. And there's another thing here, you got a 1 week grace period to get your T number. That's the registration number for your golf cart. So if you tow your golf cart in and you're here vacation for a week, you don't have to get that thing registered or inspected because you get this grace period. So we're going to change that up, shorten that time frame. So there's some ordinance changes that our police have been guiding us towards, so we're dealing with.
When you keep eating, Brian's going to come over here now and tell us how people can get this stuff. I mean, they just walk over here? What's the deal?
We have a store here that I bought from a former resident, Donnie, who had to move. And he did an awesome job building the store. We have a line of 13 hot sauces that we make, dry rubs, barbecue sauces.
What's a dry rub?
Like steak seasoning, jerk seasoning, seafood seasoning, Cajun, and then we have stuff from all over the world. We have 4,000 sauces in this little bitty building. And I'm bringing in some, we have a Kraft Bloody Mary mix line. I have a bunch of small gourmet grocery items from small companies around the U.S.
You got a website?
Yes,
What's your website?
InfernoTybee.com.
Say it again?
InfernoTybee.com.
InfernoTybee.com. That's a good one, right? Can people order from your website?
Yes, we have an online store. And I got a lot of support during the 6 weeks I was closed from people that come visit here every year and come to this store every year. They did enough business to help pay my rent and the bills.
And you may not know this, but this is the favorite place to eat to get stuff for a city manager.
This
Did you know
is
that? Yeah, he just said it.
My favorite store on the island.
He said it. How about that? Look at you.
I'll take it.
Good job, man. Are you from Tybee?
I moved here 2 years ago. I grew up on the back river in the summer times. My mom's family is from here.
Good.
And I always wanted to live here, and I sold my businesses in Atlanta and moved here 2 years ago.
So you're living on Tybee now? Well, welcome. It's a great place, isn't it?
It's awesome. And you know, it's changed since I was a kid, but everything changes.
Everything changes.
I remember the mini fair, the water slides.
That's right. That's right. Oh man.
That
putt. Hey, how about the bumper cars? Remember that? Yeah.
Got one stuck in some railroad ties.
That's right. Man, those were the days. That was the 70s.
Yeah, 70s
and
to
80s.
early 80s. Yeah.
Oh man, we had it all going on. And now we got the beach.
We got the beach.
We got the beach, and we have the beach.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's all we need. Beach and a boat.
How are you doing?
We're doing all right, man. We just did the aardvark.
What are we up to, boss?
Aardvark habanero.
Aardvark.
Which was actually pretty good. I like
Habanero. What does that mean?
Pepper.
That's a type of pepper. It's one of the. It's about 100,000 Scoville units or something like that.
What's a Scoville?
That's a scale that they use to measure the spiciness of peppers. So you get like, what is that, 20,000 Scoville units on a habanero or a jalapeno, and then 100,000 on a habanero, and then you've got the ghost pepper, which is like 1 million.
They look like chicken breasts, not chicken wings.
So I'm breaking them into pieces, Jerry. So I've got 4 more here.
But
so
this is my favorite. Because when we thought about, hot wings, you didn't think it would be like this. This is not what you had. No, right?
Yep, I think, I didn't.
They weren't that big.
No, those aren't what I call hot wings.
See,
no.
these are not fair.
So I'm breaking them into the bits and pieces here. So
Shawn, hold one of those up so John can get a good shot. Hold that.
Those look good though.
Look at that.
that's a full wing right there.
Man, look at that thing.
We have to
that
put
beautiful?
the challenge part in there.
So
Look at
so this is going to go out on the internet. My college buddies,
Yeah.
they're going to download this thing. They're going to have a good time reminiscing about the days where we used to order these things to the dorm room, Because you're talking about a bunch of offensive guards and tackles, and we all weighed 300 pounds.
He weighed 300 pounds.
And it was just a mess. So we would destroy these things. And there was a little restaurant in Iowa City called the Iowa City River Power Company that had a Sunday brunch buffet. And in the 2 days, we all went. The entire offensive line.
Yeah.
There's 15 of them.
Jeez.
$10. I was a freshman. I didn't see a scrap of food. By the time I got up to this buffet, it was gone. They cleared everything out.
Sean, I'm glad you lost that weight.
I have to.
Because I've seen you on the beach with your Speedo. Man, the 300 pounds, it wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have worked, man. That might have been frowned upon.
That's right. What number are we up to?
Well, 16, I believe. This is the Hellfire Devil's Gold, and that's just a frightening name. But what's
That's a good one. That's my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really good.
That one came out pretty fast, too.
Under Shawn's watch, Tybee was just named one of America's best restored beaches. And we're talking about beaches in the entire country, 50 states, and we're one of America's best. And it used to be Tybee was one of America's best kept secrets. That's gone.
Yeah, we're really proud of that award. So the Tybee Beach Renourishment started right after Irma. So, as you know, since 1974, the federal project has renourished the beach about every 10 years, give or take. 7 to 10 years, yeah. Depending on when the funding. So they have authorization to spend money on the beach. That authorization runs out in 2024. So this is the last renourishment we're going to get under this current law. So it's a 50-year project. So we're either going to get an extension or we're going to get a new authorization or something. So we're working, the mayor and I and some other folks are working in Washington, D.C. on getting those laws passed. But after Irma, there were several hurricanes. There was Harvey, there was Maria, it was just a mess of hurricanes that year. So we got this through what our friends in the federal government like to call the HIMSA, the Harvey, Irma, Maria Supplemental Disaster Relief Bill. Yeah, so they love their acronyms. So we got, the Corps of Engineers got $13 million. The state legislature gave $10 million towards sand beach renourishment. We got 5 of that. Gillen County got 5. So we use that to supplement what the Corps was doing so we can get an even bigger renourishment and build dunes up and down the island to protect us from another storm. So we wanted to get as much sand out there as we possibly could, knowing this was all coming, the renourishment may be coming to an end in the way we see them done now. So that was the plan. So we worked early on with the Corps of Engineers and the DNR to design the beach, the renourishment itself, but also the dune restoration, the new crossovers, and the plantings that go on the dunes. So this was a 1.5 year, 2 year long project that really came to fruition. It's not quite done yet. We still have some crossovers to build. So
keep eating.
I'm eating.
Come on. Listen, so we need the money though. We need the money. $2 for each wing. How can they Michelle? How can people donate the money for make the beach beautiful? Keep it beautiful.
They can go to the Tybee Clean Beach website and donate through the website. We will also be asking that if you do decide to donate, to go to the city's Facebook page, which is City of Tybee, and hashtag Shawn's Hot Wing Challenge, and let us know how much you donated.
I don't know what that means, but hashtag, all you young people, all this stuff.
Yes, hashtag.
That's great. That's
hashtag Shawn's Hot Wing Challenge.
Okay, very, very good. But seriously, come on, because Shawn is really, this is hard to do. You know, he's doing this, so please, we need the money. And the money goes directly to Michelle. Who's it go to?
It goes to Tybee Clean Beach Volunteers. They are a group of volunteers that walk the beaches and pick up litter every week.
That's right. So the people out on the beach for the weekend kind of mess the beach up. They're out there during the week cleaning it. So when you come to the beach Saturday morning, you got a clean beach. That's why. So let's keep that going. Shawn, while you're doing that, can I ask you, how has Tybee responded to the pandemic?
That's a great question. And so, as you remember early on, when we were back in March, you know, we had the issue with the parade. You know, Savannah was canceling their parade, and then once we got the emergency declaration, which gave the mayor the authority to unilaterally cancel the parade, happened on a Friday night. Yeah, she canceled the parade Saturday morning. some of the parade still happened, and people were upset about that. But it's like, I can't. We're just going to keep everybody safe, make sure no one gets hurt.
And that's what TIPD did.
That's what TIPD did.
Absolutely, they did a great job with the Renegade Parade. They really did.
So,
Kept everybody safe.
so after that point, we started doing things like restricting businesses to take out only.
Yes.
And restricting the beach access. So we basically shut the beach down.
And the numbers, our numbers have been comparatively pretty good. So that stuff helped us a lot, didn't it?
It may have, yeah. One could argue that, yeah. So what we did was, we just had basically this binary decision: beach closed. You're either on the beach or you're not on the beach. Makes enforcement a lot easier. We just had patrol officers.
The governor didn't like that decision.
Didn't like it.
Didn't like
He thought the cities statewide had pushed things a little too far.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into the politics of that. Let you guys argue
I
that.
understand.
So he changed it on us. So he basically took that authority away. The beach is open for exercise only. I'm like, okay, how do you? So you go out to the beach, and every time a cop comes by, somebody starts doing push-ups, whatever. But we started seeing our traffic numbers start to tick up a little bit. And then when things went wide open in May, about that week before Memorial Day, man, it blew up. We didn't have our personnel in place. We didn't have
spring break.
Yeah, so we had to respond to the pandemic in a couple of ways. We had to do regulatory things to try to keep people safe. We also had to deal with the budget crisis. We were looking at, with the millions of dollars we receive in parking revenue every year is a great thing. It helps us push the cost of the services that the citizens who live here don't need, but we have to have to deal with the tourists. So that revenue, half of it comes in between Memorial Day and 4th of July. Half of it. And I was looking at the entire month of June being gone. So having zero revenue. So we were looking at half of that, so millions of dollars in shortfall. So I estimated at that point we were looking at about $2.5 million shortfall. It's $4.5 million, sorry. We were able to close that gap to $2.5 million by just freezing everything. So we didn't spend it down there.
I know, you look at some of our streets.
We just kept the lights on. Basically, yeah, it was it. But stuff couldn't get done. I couldn't order signs. So Michelle and I wanted no smoking signs and better enforcement signage. We froze everything. We froze all positions that were vacant. We couldn't hire in, so we were shorthanded. And then, so that created a double challenge when May hit, and also the beach were wide open. We we're just now getting to where we wanted to be in April, as far as personnel and signage and things like that. So we were behind the 8 ball on that.
Keep eating.
I'm eating.
Okay, what number are you up to?
I can't remember, 18 or something like this.
18,
is
look at you.
Chocolate, habanero, balsamic, and black garlic.
Wow.
So they're getting a little toasty. They're getting a little.
You're pretty amazing. This guy, huh?
Pretty good, right?
That's
there.
pretty good, huh?
He's got a little ways to go.
Oh, is that right? Brian, is that right?
That's right.
So in other words, the next little get-together we have, it'll be a challenge between you and Shawn. Shawn, are you up to that?
I'm always up to a challenge, especially if I get to eat hot wings.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we got it going on.
So this sweat is from the humidity, it's not from the...
That's right. Michelle's going to set that up. One other serious topic, diversity and inclusion. Tell us where Tybee is on that.
Well, it's something that I think we had to take a step back. Thank you, sir. When all this began to happen, is thinking, what are we doing? What are we doing internally and externally?
It's very hot out here.
It's hot this way. This isn't the hot.
You got a fan ready when he calls for it.
So we'll stop the fat cat chairman meows revenge. No, I don't know what this is. If this is going to be
It's a good.
Is it a good one?
Little step up. It's not super killer hot.
Could you? You could.
Anyway, so I'm going to have to slow down on the amount I'm eating because this is getting a little spicy.
Oh, boo-hoo, huh, Brian?
So we took a look at ourselves internally, and again, we weren't filling any slots. We didn't have the budget for training, so now we're getting into the new fiscal year. So the council passed a resolution mandating that we do implicit bias training and diversity training for all of our staff. So we're starting to line up the resources to get that done. I had a little bit of training myself with the ICMA, the International City Management Association, yesterday. So it is I think something that in Tybee we're we have a more diverse workforce than we've ever had.
We do.
So the past 5 years, we've intentionally taken steps to diversify the workforce. That's one. That one had a little bit of a bite to it here. But we got a long ways to go. And we're in South Georgia. There's a long history here on Tybee.
But think of how supportive the city has been to the MLK Junior Parade each year. So I think we're doing pretty well. Huh?
I think so, and I think we voted to make Juneteenth a city holiday. So we're going to add that to the list of the employees got a day off. Hopefully they'll go enjoy the event, which I went to this year, which was fantastic. You know, I'm from Illinois. We didn't talk about Juneteenth a lot of it, even though that was the land of Lincoln up there. But this is a significant holiday in the South because it was the day when the folks out in West Texas finally found out about it. The Emancipation Proclamation. And so the history behind it was fascinating. It was a great event, and I think it's going to be a good holiday. We got a long way to go, internally and externally.
Everybody does.
So I'm going to focus on what we do internally. We're going to get training for employees, but we're not going to do it in such a way that it's just we're going to check all these boxes and, hey, we're not racist anymore. That's not the way we're going to do it. We want a pure cultural change that is organic amongst the employees. That is, this is how we do things on Tybee. So if certain behaviors start to bubble to the surface, they get nipped in the bud right away by the employees themselves. That's not acceptable here. That's not the way we do things.
Let me ask you. You want to keep it?
I'm going.
19? What are we at?
About 19, yeah.
19. Man. Okay. Yeah, we got time. Okay. This is not on Miss Michelle's script, but STVRs. Oh boy. Oh boy. Everybody's got an opinion on that.
Yeah. So, it is.
Is that the topic or the hot one?
I think the topic, actually. No, this is something that is significant to the city, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what the city's doing. I don't take positions on these things.
I understand.
So, what we do is, so we've got a significant number of short-term rentals here on Tybee. We're a vacation destination.
Okay, yeah, we are.
I've rented them myself prior to moving here.
Yes, sir.
And it's a great way to come and really enjoy Tybee life.
It is.
The issue that the city is struggling with is the impacts on the housing market. So that's a double-edged sword. So it drives up values because it does increase the value of the property that you're in. But on the flip side of that is it also, that increasing value of home makes it more difficult for people at the lower end of the socioeconomic scale to get into the housing market on Tybee.
Exactly.
So it gentrifies them.
Yes.
So that's a significant problem too. So how do you find balance in that? And that's something the council put together, and they asked the planning commission, please take a look at this issue. Come up with something it's a rational approach that can find that balance. The planning commission formed a working group that has citizens on it, it has members of the short-term vacation rental industry on it, members of the planning commission on it, and they're taking it up and they're going to work methodically through this process. On our side, what we're doing is we're trying to find more efficient ways to deal with 1,300 now registered short-term rentals on Tybee Island, and we have 3,500 housing units. So 30% of our housing is short-term rentals. So that the registration process itself, the enforcement process itself is an ongoing challenge. We've got to ramp that up, and we are.
Has the city thought about raising the fee for somebody to have a STVR?
That has certainly been a part of the discussion. We raised it when it started out 3 years ago. It passed just prior to me coming here, and so it was $25.
Wait a minute, $25 for the year?
For the year. So they raised it to $100. We hired an additional marshal and some additional just to help pay for the staffing.
Yeah.
Now we recognize we need more.
Now, in comparable communities, what is the what do they charge? What do you have to pay?
It varies all over the place. In Georgia, it's tough because there's not a lot of places like us. I think Savannah, someone said it's about $300.
That's St. Simon's.
I don't know St. Simon's, but or if they even have the registration. A lot of them are relatively low. So, but it's not thousands of dollars. That's for sure.
It's not?
No, and it's something that you got to be wary of. You got to be careful of pushing too hard against it because there is always legislation to take away cities' ability to regulate them at all. there's a bill dropped every single year in the last 3 years in Atlanta that would remove the home rule authority for cities to do anything.
So if we go too high on that,
if you push things a little too hard,
They could be
there's that threat always out there. Uh-oh.
what is that?
This is Tybee Reaper sauce. Isn't this supposed to be the last
Reaper
one?
sauce.
The bomb's the last
The
one.
bombs of, my God.
Is that it? Tybee Reaper sauce. Now let me say this to you.
Just a
Shawn.
drop.
Brian's looking. He's got a big. He's not
He's
afraid.
smiling.
He's smiling.
Anything that says
I can
Reaper
do
on
this.
it.
I can do it.
So
He could just.
these come slowing down. Have you noticed? These are not as
Can't blame you.
they're not as fun.
Man. So when you ate your 104 in Iowa, where is Iowa? Midwest.
It's out in the Midwest.
Midwest. Okay. When you did that, they didn't have this kind of stuff on it.
No, they were just straight up buffalo wings. Nothing bad.
These are not what. These are not.
Well, that
like-
one is that one's nice. That one's coming after me there. So I'm gonna move that over,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna put the good ones down. Go ahead.
I got to tell you something, Shawn. There's a term that's become kind of accepted, a universal term. You're a real mensch. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. Good. I mean, this guy.
Are you kidding me?
How you doing this?
Oh,
You can.
anything for Tim and the Tybee Clean Beach Volunteers.
I don't think you can see that.
We won't eat all. I don't know if we
Because
all.
he's going to get sick.
I'm more worried about those than I am that.
Yeah, let's. Here's my suggestion: is that we're going to keep on raising money. Michelle, you got to do your last pitch. Come on, your last Radiothon YouTube pitch. People need to send money in for this. Where do they send it?
Go to www.tybeecleanbeach.simpl.com to get your donation to Tybee Clean Beach Volunteers, and then go to the City of Tybee Facebook page and hashtag Shawn's Hot Wing Challenge and let us know that you donated, and if you would like to, how much you donated.
And donate a lot, okay? We're going to be back and do this again sooner rather than later. And Brian Hogan, he's going to challenge Shawn Gillen, right? Yeah, we're going to lay it down.
Ready.
He's ready. Shawn, are you ready? Brian, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Shawn, thank you very much. I mean, I can't believe you did all that, you talked while you were doing it.
Well, it's been getting this is Hissy Fit.
What's it called?
Hissy Fit.
Oh, man.
That one's actually kind of sweet. That's good.
John, thank you. Michelle, thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me out here. This was fun. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for doing it, Jerry. I appreciate it.
We
Again,
wrap up the Hot Seat Challenge.
And thanks everybody, and I really appreciate Michelle, Brian, and everybody at the Tybee Oaks here for letting us park our fire truck. And this is an idea what Brian and I were chatting about a couple of months ago. I'm glad we got it to come to fruition. I said, Michelle, here's what I'd like to do, and all of a sudden, magically, we're here. I think, and Jerry, it's really hard to make municipal budgeting and water and sewer pipes exciting, but you did it.
That's right.
Maybe the next one we'll take a deeper dive into a single issue,
Okay,
or
we can
two
do that.
issues, and be able to talk longer about other things. So
Yeah, Brian is thinking the issue is going to be how bad he beats you.
I think
That's
so.
what he's thinking. And then we'll think of the other issues.
This one has the word ghost on it. Should I be worried?
It's a little bit hotter than the Tybee Reaper.
Brian, how much do these things cost?
Our brand is $6.95, except for the super hot ones are $9.95. But they range from $6.95 up to.
My good friend Jency is going to pick a couple.
It's just donated to the
No,
Clean
no,
Beach
no.
Project.
Okay, well, I don't know. Hey, Michelle, donate that. Pick 2 or 3, Jency.
See if I can
They
get
go from super mild to hot.
Where's she going to pick?
Inside here.
Go pick.
the ghost scream.
I
It's
know,
all
that's
have the word
good.
ghost
Thank
on
you,
it.
Brian.
Really hot. Thanks.
So I got a ghost pepper plant growing in my garden.
You do?
I do. So I
In the
plan
back?
on making something out of those over there at the community garden by the YMCA.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah. So I hope to make my own sauce or something.
You have no room in your house because it's a used car lot.
Yeah, that's right. You notice that?
Man.
That's what happens when you get teenage girls, all of which assume they need to drive places.
I would not like to pay your insurance.
I am very fortunate that the girls that do drive my car are very careful and don't cause trouble and understand about the affordability of them to be able to have a car depends on their ability to drive.
So we got the pineapple habanero hot sauce and the garlic.
That pineapple habanero one's really good. I liked it a lot. So this is Ghost Scream.
Oh no.
You can't take that, Jensen.
I got 2 more after
You
this
can't
one.
hang. You can't hang. Oh boy. I gotta go to work. Say, I wish I was like you, Shawn. I could stay out here all day.
It's good to be the boss.
You don't ever have to go into town, do you?
No, I don't. My wife makes fun of me because I'll go weeks.
Yeah.
I would never. Why would I want to leave? I got everything I need here. I got wings. I got hot sauce.
Yeah.
I got a beach.
You got the Tybee IGA. But I never see you in the bush. Ever.
Well,
No.
I see you.
What are you, in the drone or something?
No, we get out there. We haven't been going the last couple weeks. It's been too darn hot. But
That's why we have the beach. You get in the water.
and the water's about 75 degrees.
Oh, it's warm. Water is about 86 or 87.
I know. I was like, we lived in Minnesota for 6 years.
Yeah.
The water temperature in the lakes never got above 60 degrees.
It's sick.
And people would just dive right into that. I never understood.
I remember one summer it was 90. Water temperature was 90. It's not good.
So this is Holy Trinity sauce. Unholy Trinity. The Razu Unholy Trinity Ghost, Scorpion, and Reaper peppers.
Oh my lord.
I don't get it.
That's the second to the last one.
You like spicy stuff, Michelle?
I do.
You do? Michelle's a vegan.
Spicy tofu is my jam.
I thought that was pretty good. Really good.
Something
It's
good?
good. It's hot. It's really good.
How do you eat so much? God,
Well, this is high protein, low carb.
There you go.
This is good stuff. And our logic in college was it's chicken, so it's good for us. It didn't matter that they were cooked in a pound of butter and they weren't the sharpest tools in the shed back then.
I'll tell you what.
They're a bunch of knuckles.
What was your degree in?
I got a BA in English as an undergraduate. Yeah. English lit. Yeah.
So you're like a grammarian and stuff like that?
Well, no. My wife would definitely tell me no. I like to read and like the classic novels, and I was going to be a high school English teacher, a football coach, until I got elected mayor of my hometown.
Wow, really? How old were you?
26. The youngest mayor in Illinois and one of the youngest in the country at the time.
Impressive.
That's how I got into this line of work. My wife and I wound up in Lexington, Kentucky. After that
I
job,
love Keeneland.
oh yeah. So
Yeah.
I worked for the city of Lexington, then had the opportunity to go back to school to get my degree because I wanted to do this. I wanted to be a city manager. So I got the degree. I got my doctorate in MPA in a 4-year period.
You have a doctorate?
I have a doctorate in public administration.
Dr. Gillen.
My dissertation was about budget theory.
You have a PhD?
Yeah. It's not exciting stuff.
I am out of my element here.
It is not exciting stuff.
Out of my league.
So-
Brian, did you know that? Dr. Gillen?
I think I've heard of
I
that.
had no idea.
So,
Is that the last
one last one, Jared. What do you think? Tybee bomb sauce.
Do it. Don't
had
be
it, right?
afraid.
I have this at my house.
Single drop.
One single drop of this.
That's it?
If I do any more, I'm going to wind up with paramedics on the way to Memorial.
How long did you live in Lexington?
Almost 7 years. So I spent 3 years with one drop here. There we go.
Did you go to Keeneland?
I went to Gillen a couple times. It's a beautiful place. Went to the University of Kentucky for graduate school.
Oh, look at you.
It was really a great experience for us. 2 of my daughters were born there, and then we wound up in northern Minnesota. So here,
I had horses running to Keeneland. Beautiful. Oh, it's a beautiful place. I love Keeneland. Lexington's so nice. How you doing, boy? Oh, look at him. That's bad, huh?
that's
Did you get one of those, Jensen?
Tybee bomb.
pineapple habanero and garlic?
Thank you,
Those
sir.
are my 2 favorites. So.
Oh,
Whoa, huh?
I'm glad we stopped talking before we got
Okay.
going.
at you.
Try not to get in the wrong spot in there. So.
Wow.
So anyway, Jerry, thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for watching, and we're going to do this again.
We gotta
Hopefully have numerous of these.
We gotta call you Dr. Gillen. I have
No,
idea.
you don't. Please don't.
Hey, that's great,
You don't
man.
have to do that. No, it was just an
How smart
opportunity
is
that
he?
came up, so we took
He's
it
got a
and
doctorate.
went to run up in Minnesota, and then back. We got tired of the winters and wound up in Atlanta, and then Tybee. We told my daughter, who was 15, I said, we're never moving again unless Tybee offers a job.
That was so great.
There we go.
And here we are.
Well, we did well when we hired you. I mean, you really, and you're out there.
We love it here. This has been my favorite job. In 23 years of municipal government, this is my
I just say
absolute
that to
favorite
everybody.
place to work.
The one thing people have noted about you and told me, you're not a desk job.
No, that would drive me nuts.
You are out there. You know what's going on, and we're going to pave some of these streets soon.
We're getting there, yeah. So we're trying to get more aggressive in the paving. And, so yeah,
You
What
gotta
was
get
the
on that.
wing total and how much do people donate?
I did 24. We had 24 hot sauces, and I put each hot sauce on an individual wing. So 24 hot wings.
Let's get some money.
$8.
That Tybee bomb sticks around, Brian.
You should let me know. Keep me posted on
Okay,
that.
yeah, we'll figure out when to get it.
And it will be, and I can say it'll be up this afternoon, right? Tybee YouTube channel. You can't make us look any better, so you don't have to edit it.
Well, I think, Jerry, as we get on with these, we're going to get better at it, and I think we're going to get efficient and get it going. And
And maybe
we can do different challenges. We can do.
No. You're not keep backing out of this.
Oh no.
That's right. Okay.
No,
Thanks, Shawn.
This was great. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna call you.
Thanks.
I'm gonna call you Doc from now on.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
Trust
man.
me.
That's,
I'll get this to Tim Arnold for you.
thank you. Very good. Okay, keep on rocking. Okay.
Thanks for the sauces.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to try them. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. I'm going to buy some of those
Be in touch with Christmas.
veggie things. Good, John? How'd I look?
Good.
Send it on the beach.